Hey girls, it's Kiara reporting on cycle day 10. Whoa! So girls, this is just an update to let you girls know how my cycle monitoring appointment went this morning. I had to be at the clinic at 7:30 a.m. and I did the usual blood test and the transvaginal ultrasound. When I did the blood test, though, the blood technician who did it was just really rough. And like, I'm not afraid of drawing blood. I'm not afraid of needles, except for injecting needles to myself. Because when I did that trigger shot on my second IUI round, that was just too disturbing. I could not inject myself with a needle, so Jason had to do it. This time, it was just like the woman who did it was just so rough and just like it was like a drill sergeant. I'm sure she got like lots of blood from me because she really was like, that elastic band on my arm was tight. Anyways, I mean, that's what we sign up for when we're blessed with frickin' infertility. Anyways, so I did my blood work and then did the transvaginal ultrasound. Of course, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but I mean, with frickin' doing yoga breaths and stuff, it's tolerable. And on my left ovary, there's 2 cysts that were found, both of them ranging at 2 centimeters. And then there was a little tiny follicle growing measuring at 1.4 centimeters. So that was my left ovary. And then my right ovary had 2 good growing follicles. One was measured at, I think, over 2 centimeters, I think. And then the other, or was it 1.8? Either way, 2 good growing follicles. I think like one was 1.7 and then the other one was in the 2 centimeter mark. And it's really interesting because the last 2 rounds of IUI that I did, my right ovary has been the more lazy of the 2. It was always my left ovary that would be producing all these follicles. And my right ovary would just kind of produce 1 or the odd 2 when I was, my second IUI round when I was on 100 milligrams of Clomid. So it's interesting because this round, my left ovary is definitely the lazier one. And I have heard stories that, 1 month your left ovary is doing most of the work, and then another month your right ovary, like you alternate during months. But I mean, like I said, I always thought my left ovary was the more dominant of the 2. So that was quite interesting to hear that. My uterine lining was at 0.7, which is okay. I mean, it looks fine. They're looking at a measurement at 0.8. So, but I mean, as the days go by, the uterine lining will thicken, so that wasn't of much concern. And my next step is basically, I've been instructed to take the ovulation predictor test, so the pee on the stick ovulation OPK test, and basically, so if it's a negative result, I have to let the clinic know. If it's a positive result, then I have to call the clinic and let them know as well. But the minute that I get a positive result, they're going to actually go ahead and schedule the IUI for the next day. So, for example, I do the test tomorrow. I know the test shows that my LH surge wasn't detected. I call the clinic, I let them know, and then go on to the next day. So Friday, I do the test. It comes out positive. I call the clinic, and then the clinic will schedule me that following day, so the Saturday. Now, if I happen to not get any positives on either the Thursday or Friday, so if I don't have any positive results on the Friday. Then I have an appointment with the clinic on Saturday morning at, I think, 8:15. And at that point, I mean, obviously the follicles would have grown quite a bit. They're probably going to have to do a trigger shot on me. So we will see. Right now, it's just a matter of a waiting game and trying to see when I'm actually going to ovulate, when that LH surge is going to be detected. So I mean, my IUI could be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I really don't know at this point. So that's the update. Now, I wanted to give you girls an update as to how this cycle went with, in terms of side effects, with the 75 milligrams of Clomid that I've been prescribed this cycle. In terms of physical side effects, truthfully, I have not felt really anything. I mean, I've been very, very tired. I know that's a side effect of the drug, or one of the side effects of the drug, and I think I had a hot flash yesterday. And I've never had a hot flash this intense before. It was almost like I ran a marathon and I was just heated up. I was just like a hot tamale. And even though it wasn't felt during the days that I was taking my actual Clomid, so from days 3 to 7, it was actually yesterday, so day 9, that I got this hot flash. So that was really interesting. But in terms of cramping, girls, I have not really felt that type of pain. Obviously, I'm bloated and but I mean, it's the side effect of the drug. It is what it is. Now, the thing though, what really got me this round was basically, girls, the emotional aspect of the drug. This round was by far the worst and most emotional round of Clomid I have ever had. It was like I was a light switch. You turned me on and I was sad. You turned me off, I was angry. You turned me on, I was irritable. You turned me off again, I was happy. You turned me off, or you turned me on, I was depressed, like hopeless. It was unbelievable. And it's just like, anyone, I mean, obviously you girls know, anyone who's on infertility drugs, it really takes a toll on your health. And it just, I mean, it's hard enough dealing with infertility, but throw on top of that drugs that are going to make you even more emotional and feel more sad and feel more angry and just irritable. It just can get a little bit overwhelming, and it's just a bit too much. So, and you know what, girls? I think we really, really need to thank our supporting partners during this journey too. They're seeing us at a time where we're not acting like ourselves, and it's awful. It's awful that we have to act this way, and it's awful that our partners have to experience it as well. So I was like freaking Medusa, or the girl from The Exorcist, like The Ring, like all horror movies that starred with girls. I was that. Like, it was just unbelievable. Didn't feel any physical side effects of Clomid this round, but boy, oh boy, girls, did I feel the freaking emotional side effects of the drug, for sure. So, if anything, girls, I mean, we have to give ourselves credit for what we go through, and I think we also need to appreciate those around us who are, when we're going through, or when we're immersed in these drugs, it's just too much. So, anyways, that's my update. I'm so sorry I have not gotten around to doing my top 25 favorite movies of all time, just because I got myself in a really bad place, and it was just like, I have to do this video with that spark in my eye. So it's coming, and I hope that you girls will enjoy it, but I apologize. I was just such in a lonely place. Not lonely, but just in a different world where it was just like this girl, Kiara, was just not existing. It was crazy Clomid Kiara. So, but you know what? Honest to God, thank God for this amazing community, because there were some videos that had me smiling, that had me laughing, that just had me engaged, and it just gave me the strength to go on. And anyways, so take care, girls. Of course, I'm over 10 minutes. So thank you, girls, for watching me right to the end. And I'll keep you girls posted as to when I get that positive test result. So that positive LH surge. And then I'll be able to tell you, girls, when the IUI will be performed. All right, girls? Baby dust, support dust, love dust from me. All right, bye.